過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, hey there everyone, it is your boy, Leon Mookie here, and I'm giving you guys my 1,000 subscriber special on my Leon Mookie side story channel. And this is a story I've been wanting to do for a long time, given the lack of fanfics on it on, both fanfic.net, AO3, and Wattpad. This is the Trails of Cold Steel, A Hero's Rising. And to be honest, I was surprised on how long it took me to make this story. Well, actually, I'm not too damn surprised, given that I had to replay, Cold Steel 1 and 2 back on my PS3, given that I didn't buy, the remastered versions for the PS4. So there was that. And personally, I 100% regret that not doing that. But even so, I still enjoyed replaying the games so I can make this, fanfic story. So, that's it. Let's get into this, shall we guys? Chapter 1, The Prologue, Part 1. The year 400 Cygna. A train on the way to the small town of Trista in the Erebonian Empire. As the train is heading to its destination, a certain boy is in the train as he looks out to the window, wondering on how his life has led him to this point. This boy is, to many people, he would seem interested. Basically another face in the crowd in today's society. What makes him stand out is, his messy green hair, his freckles, and his big green eyes. But the number one thing that truly makes him stand out is the uniform that his red uniform that he's currently wearing as we speak for a specific military academy. This boy's name is Izuku Midoriya, an Easterner who lives in the city of Crossbell, where the city is known to be Crossbell State, where it's in between two superpower nations of the continent of Zemuria, the Erebonian Empire and the Calvar Republic. But what leads this young 17-year-old boy to go to one of the most prestigious and most iconic academies in a foreign country? As Izuku continues thinking, man, I'm a little nervous about this. To be honest, I was really hesitant on even coming to this academy, but I only came because Dad said that it was a good way for me to make a fresh new start outside of Crossbell. As Izuku remembers his father basically telling him, Izuku, if you feel like you have nowhere else to go, if you feel like you want to try something new for your life, go to this academy. It's where I went to when I was your age. I feel like you'll find your path once you go there. With then Izuku thinking, hope you're right, Dad. But still, I wonder, what does life in store for me at this academy? As then soon, a female announcer's voice comes through the train, saying, "The Ministry of Railway Affairs would lovely wish to thank all of you for your patronage through the ride. This train will be heading to Heimdall, or will be having a sanitary stop at Trista. For all those who are wanting to stop at Trista, please gather all necessary belongings. Within Izuku thinking, so it's time. Well, I hope I'm ready. With Izuku grabbing onto his things and also grabbing on to a long, stick-like object, saying, I really hope this training was actually worth it. Because as he soon clenches his fist, where it looks like multiple scars and calluses are on his hands, saying, I really wish I didn't have to give it up that easily. After all the hard work I put into my training to become a bracer. Then the train stops as they soon reached a train station with many people disembarking from the train. However, the people disembarking look like they're around their mid or late teens actually, with many of them wearing that of green uniforms, with only a certain few wearing white uniforms. As Izuku grabs his things and soon exits the train station, soon he looks around and as he sees a quaint and small little town that almost somehow reminds him a bit of Crossbell, but mostly in the residential district though, where he used to live, saying, wow, this place is quite amazing. Not only that, he soon looks at the trees, saying, hey, Lena flowers are in bloom. I guess it truly shows that it's really time for spring. Well, not gonna lie, I hope things go well for me for at least a little bit. I have a little time before I had to head out to the entrance ceremony. So why don't I look around town for a bit? As Izuku looks around the small town, as he sees a couple of clothing shops and a flower store, then he actually sees a bookstore. As he soon heads in, he soon was about to run into somebody, as he soon stopped before he did, saying, sorry if I'm in your way, as Izuku bows his head for a bit, as then he hears a feminine voice saying, no, I was just leaving actually. I didn't know that somebody else was actually nearing the door as soon as I opened. As he noticed that, oh god, it's a girl. I really hope I didn't. Soon he looks up, he sees the, girl that, as she's wearing that of a Thor's Military Academy uniform. However, it's red, just like his. Not only that, she has that of glasses, and also her brunette hair is tied up in that of a braid. With soon Izuku really stuttering as he thinks, oh god, she's really beautiful. With soon as his entire face is starting to go red, thinking, and I'm really close to where I should. With soon he gets out of the way, saying, I should stop getting out of your way. Please go ahead. With saying, thank you. And I hope you enjoy the assortment of books in here. I think it's quite something. Also, I'll see you at the school. I hope you have a lovely day. With then Izuku saying, same to you as well, as he bows his head once again. With then Izuku saying, she had the same type of uniform I did. Actually, now that I think about it, Dad told me that the Thor's is known for having that of, common students that have green uniforms, and the noble students of Erebonia have that of white. So what's the red uniform for? Do they have some kind of special class or something? Again, they didn't really say anything about this when I read the hand guide. I hope that they're not doing something crazy. To be honest, surprises are not my strong suit. As Izuku soon basically shook his head and just decided to check out the bookstore a little bit before heading up to the academy. As he soon heads up higher and higher to the hill, he soon noticed a certain girl. However, she also had that of a red Thor's uniform as well. What's really noticeable is that she has that of a long blue hair as it's in a ponytail. Then he's saying, somebody else is just like me. She also seems, it looks like she's talking to somebody that seems like a butler. She must be from a noble family. I never actually met anybody with nobility before. I mean, I have seen the wealthy status of those in Crossbell, but when it comes to I wonder what's the difference between them and nobility. Well, I'll probably figure it out later. I'll probably figure it out myself, possibly in due time. As Izuku continued walking to the gate, he soon sees the school, saying, "Wow, this is amazing." As the facilities of one of Erebonia's, or possibly one of Zemiria's most iconic academies, Thor's Military Academy, founded by the Lionheart Emperor of Erebonia, Drykos, as saying, and I could see why Dad saw that this school was quite magnificent and amazing. Even though it has that kind of feel to it that's not just homey, but also, well, important. How do you say it? Historical importance. Hello there, as Izuku soon snaps out of it, but then he sees two people walking out to him, as it seems like that of a young girl wearing that of a Thor's Military Academy uniform, and a young man wearing that of a mechanic's jumpsuit, with soon saying, you must be one of the other students as well. Welcome to Thor's. Saying, yeah, that's me. I'm Izuku Midoriya. It's saying, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Toa, and this is George. Saying, hey there. Oh, is that stick-like object behind you your weapon? Saying, yeah, it is. I was told to bring one. With then saying, it's all right. Here, you can give me your weapon. As for your other stuff, we'll make sure to send it to your dorm room once everything is settled. All right? With Izuku saying, I understand. Thank you. With then soon the girl named Toa saying, none of that. We're just doing our duties as fellow Thor students after all. With then Izuku saying, well, I should. With Toa soon saying, oh, the entrance ceremony is going to be starting in a bit over there to the auditorium. Just find a seat and you'll be ready. With then Izuku saying, thank you. As Izuku soon walked to the auditorium, thinking, she was pretty short. Well, I can't talk. I'm pretty short myself, to be honest. But to be fair, is she a first year just like me? But the way she was acting, it almost seemed like she was an upperclassman. She might have just a sense of more maturity. I probably shouldn't say anything else. As Izuku continued walking, and soon sees tons of other students who are also first years just like him, as he gulps and feeling nervous, especially being in a crowd like this, as he soon heads to a seat, and soon he sits as more and more students began to come into the auditorium. Many of them wearing green uniforms, while some wearing that of white uniforms, and a certain few wearing that of red uniforms, just like him as well. As Izuku takes a seat, soon many instructors began to explain about Thor's Military Academy. As soon the principal Principal Van Dyke also takes center stage to give closing words to inspire the new first years of Thor's military academy, with even saying Thor's iconic motto, "Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world." With those words and and with his own experience as well, he soon gives all the students the encouragement and, well, the nervousness that comes with being Thor's student. With then Izuku saying, "Wow, that's no pressure, right?" With then a boy sitting right next to him saying, "Yeah, I agree." With soon, as it being another person wearing that of a red uniform just like him. And they also, and what stands out about them having that of reddish orange hair, saying, but to be honest, nothing, pretty heavy words to live up to, don't you think? Saying, "Oh yeah, definitely." With soon a boy sitting right next to Elliot saying, "That is true, but I think it's something that we can all handle, right?" With then both Elliot and Izuku look at the other boy, as he seems like he has quite the handsome face, and he also has the same red uniform. But what stands out is his dark bluish black hair. With then saying, "Yeah, wait, you really think we can live up to something like that? Well, I can't say about everyone else, but me, I don't." With then the red-haired boy saying, "I think you could. There's no reason to put you down for." "Oh, I should introduce myself to the two of you. My name is Elliot Craig." With then Izuku saying, Izuku Midoriya." As then the dark black-haired boy saying, "The name's Reen Sorzer." With Izuku saying, "It's nice to meet you, Reen. It's nice to meet you too." With then Reen saying, "Likewise. Also, I've never heard of your name is Izuku Midoriya. That sounds quite the Eastern name by any chance." Saying, "Oh, right, I am actually Eastern, but I'm actually from Crossbell." Saying, "Oh, really? So you're from abroad?" "Yeah, I get that a lot. Not a lot of people think. I mean, most Easterners live in Crossbell or in Calvard. You don't really. I hear that you guys don't really see them that much here in Erebonia, right?" With then Reen saying, "That is true, but don't let it overwhelm you. If you ever need any help, I think a few people here is actually willing to, well, take their time." But then Izuku saying, "I appreciate that." With soon, as everything's about to wrap up, it seems like one of the faculty, a man that seems to be that of a noble attire, as he tells all the students to head to their designated class, where they'll be going over the rules and the functions of the school even more. With that, many students began to disperse, with only a small handful of students actually still in the auditorium. As those handful of students, you could guess it, basically the ones wearing red. With then Elliot saying, "The class designated in our guidebooks? I don't remember reading anything about that." But then Izuku saying, "Yeah, and I've been over it like multiple times on my way here from Crossbell. I didn't hear it say anything about us meeting in the classroom." Within Reen commenting saying, "Yeah, I didn't think about that too. I thought they would tell us during here in the auditorium ceremony, especially after." With soon Reen was finished, a cheerful feminine voice soon burst out in the auditorium saying, "All right, everyone, all students in red, A few of you may be asking, where is my class at? Well, you're all in a special case of students, actually. So, if you wished for the answer, I need you all to perform that of an orienteering exercise. With then all the other students in red, including Izuku, were confused, with one of them saying, "What?" With then a girl saying, "Don't you mean orientation exercise?" Saying, "Oh, yeah. Anyway, please follow me and everything will be soon explained." With then soon the woman soon leaves, as then everyone in the auditorium, all the red students, began getting confused, with then Izuku saying, "I'm so confused right now." With then Elliot saying, "You and me both, Izuku." With then a tall boy in red saying, "I guess if we want any answers, we should be following her." With that, everybody began to leave the auditorium. However, a certain few students in white, most likely the noble students, were kind of curious about the students in red, as many of them continued walking, following the woman. Two suspicious figures, or rather two young figures, began looking at the group of students. So these are the new younger classmen, with then a female voice saying, "Yep, but these guys have way different hoops to follow than what we had to do last year." As the two figures being that of a boy with that of silver hair, and that of a white bandana with that of a red stripe, also wearing that of a green Thor's military uniform, and the female wearing that of a black biker uniform with her purple hair showing. As they continue their conversation, still, I would hate to see almost all of our hard work basically going to waste after a year of it. With then the bandana boy saying, "Ain't that the truth? Wait, what do you mean your hard work? Last time I checked, you were the one who was doing all the slacking where I did all the work." With then she retorting saying, "Oh, really? And this coming from the master of slacking yourself." But still, it looks like Elisa has quite a bit of competition ahead of her, especially with the huge assortment of beauties there. And I seriously cannot wait to get to know them intimately, especially now knowing that my little bunny rabbit has actually shown up. With then soon the bandana boy saying, "Ain't that the truth? Oh, wait, you already know one of them already?" And wait, no. You are not doing this again. Do you know on how many of boys' hearts you have broken last year because of your damn libido? With soon she just sneers at the bandana boy, saying, "Wait, did you just sneer at me? Oh, you totally did, didn't you?" With soon another voice coming and saying, "Come out now. None of that, you two." With then the both of them turning around and seeing two familiar faces that Izuku met. With then saying, "Well, look who finally shows up." With then the bandana boy saying, "So, everything all planned out for our little chickadees?" With then the little girl saying, "Yep, everything's all set." With then the boy in the mechanic uniform saying, "We gotta do everything we can to help out as much as we can." With soon the little girl saying, "That's right. All we can do is support them as much as we can, especially for this new fledgling class." With then the black uniform girl saying, "Now you sound like the student council president." Within the boy wearing then the orange jumpsuit boy saying, "So, everything already raring to go?" Within the black suit biker girl saying, "Yep, we already got everything set up as the instructor asked us to." But to be fair, I feel a little bit sorry for them. With then the bandana boy saying, "Shh, same here. they have no idea what the hell they're getting themselves into. With then all of the other red uniform students arrive at that of an old building inside, with soon the woman that they've been following this entire time is on a small podium, as now she soon introduces herself. The name is Sarah Valentine. I'll be your instructor for the entirety of your first year here at Thor's, and I all wish to welcome you to Class 7. So, I hope we all get along this year. With soon everybody is, well, really taken back about the laid-back attitude of their current instructor that's said to be, well, Class 7. With even confuses them even more because if I last checked, there are only 5, well, classes in Thor's, with each of them being confused given that they weren't told this about Class 7, or rather this 6th class being Class 7, which confused them even more given that, well, that the 5 classes are separated by nobility and commoners, and also by their region on where they lived in Erebonia. This was all said by the same, well, braided brunette-haired girl that Izuku ran into with the glasses, with soon Sarah saying, "Exactly. I would expect nothing less from the person that got the highest score in the entrance exam." Within Izuku's eyes widened and saying, "Wait, she's the one who got the highest score in the entrance exam? I mean, I remember that I was the one who got 4th, but still, I did not expect that." With soon Sarah explaining that, "I understand that it is kind of confusing that the 6th class is called Class 7, but it's more of an aesthetic approach, given how unique Class 7 is. Class 7 doesn't care about background. It's a special type of class. A class merging where the class system doesn't exist. So commoners and nobles are part of the same class. I hope you guys can understand that." With then everybody is confused, with then Reed saying, "Wait, seriously?" With then a girl with blonde hair and crimson red eyes saying, "Wait, you're seriously putting commoners and nobles together in the same class?" Within an outburst from a boisterous young man saying, "This is some kind of joke! And why is this the first time that I and many of us are starting to hear about this now?" Within everybody looking at the young man as he having that of short green hair with that of square glasses, as soon Sarah's saying, "Oh, well, the point is, who are you again?" With soon the young man saying his name being Machius Regnance, and he disdains having to share the same classroom with nobles of all things, being part of a classroom with stuck-up, arrogant hedonists. Within Sarah saying, "Complaining to me isn't going to help or anything like that. But come on, you kids are still young. Can't you all just get along?" As she says this so nonchalantly, within Izuku saying, "I mean, my dad is originally from Erebonia, but he told me that the nobility and commoner system here is not really on the best of terms, especially nowadays in the past 3 years. Especially what almost happened with the Empire in the Kingdom of Liberal, which was close to happening to another war against the two nations. If this class system continues to bicker, then I don't know what would happen." With soon a short, long-haired, blonde-haired boy couldn't help but smirk, who was standing right next to Machias. As soon Machias saying, "And what are you laughing about?" Within the blonde-haired boy saying, "Oh, nothing. Just I find it somewhat humorous on how much you're complaining about something like this." With then Machias saying, "Oh, really? It seems like a scion from a prestigious family cares to grace the unwashed masses with his presence. Please, my lord, tell us plebeians on who are you by any chance? With then the blonde-haired boy faces everybody, saying, Usus Alborea. Not that I have mentioned that a stuck-up hedonist name to be stuck into that, well, hard head of yours. With that, everybody is kind of shocked and surprised, since Alborea is the name of one of the 4 great houses of the nobility, and the Alborea family being in charge of the Croatan province of Erebonia. With then Sumaki saying, Am I supposed to be impressed? Your family name means nothing to me. Like a hell I would bend my knee to somebody like. With soon Sarah saying, all right, enough of that, everybody. Why don't we get things started, shall we? With soon everybody looks up at Sarah saying, you all still have your orienteering exercise to take care of. With then Izuku saying, I think you mean orientation exercise, Instructor Sarah. But you still haven't explained what is it. With everybody making comparisons that it's supposed to be similar to that of a team building exercise or that of a, competition between students, which they're all still somewhat confused about. With a few of them also still somewhat wondering about their weapons, since they had to give them two students at the gate, with Izuku still wondering about his weapon as well, as it was a gift from his dad, to be honest. With then Sarah saying, all good questions, with soon she backing up slowly without them noticing, as she soon reaches that of a pillar column, with it looks like there was a button saying, but I wouldn't like to spoil the surprise. So let's get things started for real. But soon she presses the button. Within, a rumbling happens in the room. Within, the floors begin to slide down as everybody gets surprised and shocked and began to fall. With many of them were unprepared and began to fall down, with a few people who are actually, prepared and actually were able to catch their footing before sliding down. And as it being Izuku, Rin, and a girl with that of silver hair, as she had that of a grappling hook line. However, Rin basically goes down to catch a girl who was falling, as the same thing happened with Izuku as well, as he saw one of the students actually falling too, and something clicked in him to save them as well. With that, everything begins to go dark for a split second. With then everybody soon began getting up from the fall, with some actually still shocked. Some of them are actually glad that they're okay, and some are actually complaining about being trapped down. Well, a few of them were kind of curious about the underground catacombs that are beneath the school. As for Izuku, let's just say he's under a long-haired brunette girl. With then Izuku began blushing hard, with then saying, With soon she realized that Izuku was under her, saying, oh, my apologies. I'm guessing you must have caught me when we were falling. With soon she gets off of Izuku, as she soon offers her hand, saying, do you need any help? With then Izuku shoots up, automatically saying, nope, I'm good, totally fine. As he begins turning his head, as his entire face is still pretty red. With soon, the brunette girl actually tilts her head, saying, if you say so. Please say if you have any injuries. I would feel guilty if I didn't. With soon saying, I'm totally fine. I'm just glad that you're okay, though. And sorry about that if I, grabbed you without permission. With soon, she actually saying, not at all. If anything, I'm grateful for your actions. With then Izuku saying, I still should have. With then he turns around saying, "Oh, Elliot, Reen, are you guys?" With soon Izuku's eyes widening, saying, "Oh, by adios." With then Elliot getting up, saying, "Well, that happened. Hey, Reen, Izuku, are you?" With then he sees Reen as on top, as well, he's on the ground. However, on top of him being the, well, blonde-haired girl with the long hair and pigtails, with soon Reen trying his best not to, well, not to put his hands anywhere and is keeping them in the air. With then Izuku saying, "Oh no, I think I know where this is going." With soon the blonde-haired girl wakes up as she realized that, well, Reen is below her. With soon she gets up, and then Reen gets up too. With then soon Reen saying, "I am so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I'm just glad that you're okay." With soon she freaks out as then she slaps Reen in the face. With then Izuku saying, "Oh." With then a couple minutes have passed with all of them standing in place. With soon Reen actually holding his left cheek. With soon Izuku saying, "You doing okay, Reen?" With saying, "Yeah." But then Elliot saying, "Come on, don't feel too bad about it. I mean, we all know it was an accident, and you were really trying your best not to come off as a creep." With then Reen saying, "Yeah, but still doesn't help what happened." With after that, soon they begin hearing a ringing, as then it's coming from their pockets, with many of them pulling out the ornament that was given to them during when they all came to Thor's. As soon Izuku saying, I've always wondered what this ornament was when they gave this to me in the mail with my uniform. I've never seen an ornament like this." With then Reen saying, "I know. I was thinking the same thing when I came here. It didn't look like any typical ornament." With soon Izuku saying, "Is it possible that this is a new model of ornament? If so, then why give it to us?" With then Sarah saying, "Well, everything will be explained later on, but I will tell you guys this is a new type of battle ornament." With that, everybody was shocked and surprised hearing the voice of their instructor. Within the tall boy saying, "Wait, isn't that Instructor Valentine?" With then Maki saying, "Whoa, these have communication functions within the ornament too?" With then the blonde-haired girl saying, "Wait, these can't be." With then Sarah soon finishes saying, "These battle ornaments are a combined project with the Epstein Foundation and the Rhinefern Company." With then Izuku saying, "Wait, seriously? The Epstein Foundation and the Rhinefern Company work together to create these new battle type ornaments? I didn't think that they would actually put aside their, well, rivalry to actually make something like this. This is something surprising." With then Sarah saying, "And their 5th generation developed too. They're called the Arcus units." Within everybody is surprised, shocked at hearing the name, but many of them are actually glad to hear that they're able to use arts using these ornaments. With then soon Izuku saying, "But don't we all need master quartz and quartz to use arts though?" With then Sarah saying, "Yep, that's why I brought enough quartz for all of you." As then the lights soon cut on, as then at certain podiums they see, well, certain cases and small boxes in front of them, as the things that are in front of the boxes are each of their weapons that they brought to the school, and just go to their designated weapon and open the box and put in the master quartz. Within hearing that, many of them are heading to their weapons. With some of them are kind of curious and annoyed, wondering what Sarah wants from them. But they all just head to their designated weapon and to get their master quartz, with Izuku looking around thinking, so where's mine at? As he soon noticed his weapon, saying, there it is, as he heads to it and soon sees the small box in it. But then as he soon opens it, he soon sees that of a green crystal inside, as it being a master quartz crystal used for battle ordnance. As soon Izuku puts it in the slot, a bright light soon shines in both the Arcus and Izuku's chest, with Izuku saying, "Whoa, was that?" With then Sarah saying, "It seems like all of you have synced with your Arcus. That's a good thing." With that, you guys are now able to use arts as long as you guys do. Well, as long as you have the energy to do so. Run out? Well, you guys gotta wait until you can regain some more later on. Also, if you guys want to get out of here, just head down that corridor over there. As soon doors begin to slide open, saying through there is layers and layers of corridors and passageways to get back up to the surface. In simpler terms, it's a dungeon. So yeah, there are tons of twists and turns, and I do expect some of you to get lost once, possibly twice. But once you do get through, you'll be able to get back to the first floor here at the old schoolhouse. But I will tell you guys, there are some monsters there, but nothing you guys need to worry about. Nothing too dangerous or serious. But just remember, don't let your guard down even if the monsters are not that tough. Just letting you all know now. But with all that said, let the orienteering exercise begin. I'll be waiting for you guys up top. And if you guys make it in a certain amount of time, I might just give you guys a kiss. Or the one who gets up here first a kiss, free of charge. With then Izuku hearing this, as his ears actually go red from hearing that, with then Izuku shakes his head, with saying, I need to get serious. I need to focus. As Izuku heads to the entrance to go deeper into the dungeon, he soon stands with all of his other future classmates. Within, the boy named Eustace walks into the dungeon without saying anything. But then Maki is saying, and just where the hell do you think you're going? Were you just planning on just going off on your own without saying anything? With then soon, Eustace looks back at Machias, and then everybody else saying, I have no plans on becoming friends with anyone here. Not one bit. And I didn't expect somebody like you to not give a damn on what a stuck-up, spoiled hedonist, unless you do want to accompany me. But if you're so scared of this place, then I can accompany you instead. After all, I do pride myself as a noble to be able to use a sword, and it is Noblesian honor to protect the common masses such as yourself. I wouldn't be able to call myself a noble if I didn't. With then Machias blurts out saying, what the hell? Nobody's asking you to accompany them, you pompous ass. But if that's how you're going to play it, then I'll get out of here before you. Not only that, I'm perfectly capable to take care of myself. Within after that, Machias goes deeper into the dungeon, but soon follows suit Machias as well. But then the remaining students of Class 7 are confused, but also taken back by both Machias and Eustace, with soon the brunette-haired girl saying, so what now? With then the brunette saying, I think it's best if we go into the dungeon and explore it, and so we can find the exit. But I think it's best that we stay in small groups so we can support one another. Within, she looking at the brunette with the braided ponytail and the blonde-haired girl, with soon saying, would the two of you accompany me? Within, both girls looking at the brunette saying, Within the blonde haired girl saying, "Oh, it's no problem." With then the brunette saying, "It would actually be a great help, actually." With then she looking at the silver haired girl. However, she's soon already going off on her own as well. With soon saying, "Oh, well, we can probably catch up with her later if she feels like to join us as well." With soon looking at the remaining 4 boys, counting Izuku, saying, "Well, I think you gentlemen can handle yourselves. Well, please do take care as well." With then all 3 girls leave, with the blonde still pretty mad at Reen, as soon Reen sighs with a heavy that of depression in his tone. Within Elliot saying, "Not a really good first impression there, isn't it, huh?" With then Reen saying, "You could say that again. Hopefully I'll be able to clear things up with her later, if it's possible." With then Izuku saying, "If you like, I could help out too. I mean, I was actually in somewhat the same predicament you were, to be honest, Reen." With then soon Elliot saying, "Oh, right. With that blue-haired girl, right?" It's still surprised. With then Izuku basically blushes really hard as he turns his face around. With then Elliot saying, "Oh, you don't have to feel embarrassed by it. I didn't mean to. I know what you mean. It's just, I did not expect that to happen, even myself. My body just moved on its own and I didn't think before I act. It's kind of a habit of mine, if I do say so." With then Reen saying, "Well, changing the topic, why don't the 4 of us actually stick together? If you guys have any objections." With then Elliot saying, "No objections from me. Honestly, I would feel pretty nervous coming down here by myself, to be fair." With then the tall boy saying, "You won't catch me complaining. I'm willing to help if I can." With that, then Izuku saying, I would be grateful to help if I can. If I don't feel like I'm slowing you guys down by any chance, though." With then Reen saying, "I appreciate that, you 3. But soon, all of them began showing off their weapons. With soon, they also introduced themselves, such as the tall boy. "My name is Gaius Warzel. I'm not actually from the, Empire, and this is my first time, so any help that you could offer me, I would feel truly grateful." With then Izuku saying, "Oh, you're from abroad just like me? Are you from the North Highlands by any chance?" With then Guy saying, you could already tell." With then Izuku saying, "Well, I used to know somebody in Crossbell who was actually from Nord as well. They were a really good person, and they were close neighbors with my mother." With then soon Izuku introduced himself alongside Elliot and Reen to Gaius, but then Elliot was curious about Gaius' weapon, as it being a spear, as it's a mixture of a pole arm and a spear, as it being a cross spear, a native weapon within Nord. With soon Gaius began showing off that it's what he's most familiar with anyway, but he was more curious about Elliot's weapon, as his weapon is a prototype weapon that's currently being developed across Emiria, being a orbital staff. With Elliot feeling like it's one of the only weapons that he's comfortable with, given that he's never used any other type of weapon before. With then Izuku saying, "I can understand how that feels. I think I heard that orbital technology is starting to branch out even more, from firearms to also that of art uses as well. So, if you feel more comfortable with it, it only seems natural." With then Elliot saying, "Thanks, Izuku. I appreciate that. But I have to say, what about you and Reen's weapon? Both of them look pretty similar." With then they both look at Reen's sword and Izuku's spear, as Reen's sword being an Eastern type of weapon known as an Itachi, as they look at Reen's sword, as they couldn't help but admire the blade and its craftsmanship, with Reen feeling a little anxious using his Itachi sword. As for Izuku, he uses a naginata, with then guys saying, that is a quite unique spear. It almost looks like Reen's sword. With then Reen saying, I didn't know that was a naginata. With then Izuku looks at Reen saying, oh, you're aware of a naginata? Saying, I'm familiar with some Eastern weapons as well. With then Izuku saying, yeah, my naginata was used by my father. He taught me a little bit of moves so I could use to defend myself and be able to use the blade without, well, feeling nervous. So, and it's a blade, and it's also, it may be a spear, but it's mostly a short sword that's able to have a better reach than other weapons. But to be honest, I'm still pretty nervous given that I'm still a novice at using it, to be fair. Hopefully, during our time here at the academy, I'll be able to feel more confidence with using this as my main weapon. With then Reen saying, oh, it almost sounds like you use a different type of weapon. With then Izuku realized what he said, saying, oh, it's nothing like that. I mean, I've never used any other type of weapon before. This is my first time, to be honest. With Izuku feeling nervous, trying to dodge away the question. With Reen, Elliot, and Guy saying, okay, if you say so. With then soon Izuku saying, but I think it's about time we get going. We shouldn't want to feel left behind by the others who are already probably far ahead of us. With Reen saying, yeah, we should probably get going. With then Elliot saying, let's just hope that nothing bad happens on our way through. With then Reen commenting saying, well, hope not, but knowing my luck, trouble knows to drop in on us. With then Izuku's face begins getting red, noticing on what happened with him and the brunette girl, as he soon shakes his head as he clenches his Nagano, saying, let's go. With him saying, yeah. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And sorry if it seems pretty long. I still wanted to give details on everything else after all. So, yeah. Sorry if I just rambled on, to be fair. I tried my best to make it as quick as possible. Also, I'm probably going to release more chapters of this series I've been wanting to work on for a long time now. Because I feel like Izuku would fit alongside many other characters in the world of My Hero Academia, would work in the world of the Trails of series, to be fair. So yeah. Also, if you guys like this, please like and subscribe and hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos, being my fanfic content. Also, if you guys want to support me, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, main channel, and Patreon. All linked in the description below if you guys feel like it. Up to you. So, with all that said, this is Leon Moki, signing out. Later guys, and take care.